Today we're digging into a handful of incredibly powerful technologies. And these aren't just some far-off ideas on the horizon. They're already here. They are literally rebuilding our world and the global economy from the ground up as we speak.
So think about this for a second. It's a huge idea, right? We might be standing on the edge of a technological revolution so big, so profound, that it could make the last half-century feel like the calm before the storm.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, let's start at the very bottom with the most fundamental layer of it all, the digital infrastructure. This is basically the new wiring and plumbing for our future world.
To wrap your head around the scale, just look at this number, 40 billion. That's how many connected Internet of Things devices are expected to be online by 2030. And we're not just talking about your phone or your watch. We're talking about embedding intelligence into everything. Factories, farms, entire cities, creating a planet that's constantly alive with data.
And with all those devices chatting away, you get a tidal wave of data. We're talking about mobile traffic soaring past 5,400 exabytes a year. Now, to put that into perspective, just 1 exabyte is like 30,000 years of non-stop HD video. It's a truly insane amount of information. And all that data? Well, that's the fuel for the next layer of technology, intelligence.
And this leads us to a really crucial shift in how we think about this stuff. Super fast, basically instantaneous connectivity isn't a luxury anymore. It's becoming a core utility, just like electricity or water. This global network is the absolute bedrock that everything else we're about to discuss is being built on.
All right, so you've built this massive digital foundation, this super highway of data. What do you run on top of it? Well, you run the new intelligence, the AI that's set to automate not just physical jobs, but thinking jobs too.
And this quote from Elon Musk? Wow. It tells you everything you need to know about the sheer scale of ambition here. We're talking about giving AI a physical form with humanoid robots. The bet is that these smart machines could handle human labor, and that the market for them could be bigger than the entire car industry. It's a huge bet.
The economic impact is just projected to be mind-blowing. Forecasts are suggesting AI could pump an extra $15 trillion into the global economy by 2030. And this isn't about just one new gadget. It's about huge productivity boosts across the board, from AI helping doctors make faster diagnosis to fully automated supply chains.
Now, it's really important to see that AI and robotics aren't two separate things. They're a team. Think of it like this. AI is the brain, and robotics is the body. The smart AI makes the robot body more capable. But then, that robot, working in the real world, collects more data, which in turn makes the AI brain even smarter. It's this powerful feedback loop that's about to kick automation into overdrive.
Okay, so we've got the foundation, we've got the brains. Now let's look at how this whole tech stack is going to start to radically change the actual physical world around us, starting with how we power everything and how we get around.
You see, all those data centers, all those robot factories and electric cars, they are hungry, really hungry for power, and it needs to be clean and reliable. Now, solar and wind are amazing, but they're variable, you know? The sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. That's why we're seeing a huge comebacks for nuclear power. It provides that stable, carbon-free juice 24/7, making it the perfect baseload power source for our high-tech future.
And in transportation, you can literally see the change happening right outside your window. The move to electric vehicles is happening right now. We're hitting this major tipping point where, within the decade, about half of all new cars sold across the globe are expected to be EVs. That's one of the fastest industrial shifts in history.
And if you think that's wild, just look up. The future of transport is starting to look a lot like science fiction. We're talking about urban air mobility. Yeah, flying taxis. And it's projected to be a $1.5 trillion industry. This is only possible because all these different technologies are converging. You've got battery tech from EVs, new lightweight materials, and AI-powered flight systems all coming together to make this reality.
But these transformations aren't just happening on the huge scale of cities and economies. Maybe the most profound revolution of all is happening on a microscopic level, as we're finally learning to read and even rewrite the code of life itself.
The game-changing technology here is called CRISPR. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a find and replace tool, but for DNA. It gives scientists these molecular scissors that can go in, find a faulty gene, snip it out, and even replace it with a healthy one. It's about fixing diseases at their absolute source.
And the speed of this, the pace has been absolutely breathtaking. Just think about it. In 2012, it's a discovery in a lab. 8 years later, it wins a Nobel Prize. And by 2023, it's the basis for the first ever approved human therapy for a devastating disease like sickle cell. To go from a scientific paper to an actual cure that fast, it's just wild.
So this isn't about treating just one or two conditions, nope. This breakthrough throws the door wide open to a completely new era of medicine. We're talking about the potential to treat and in some cases actually cure thousands of diseases that used to be a life sentence. Things like engineering your own immune cells to kill cancer or developing therapies for blindness. The potential is just enormous. So, let's pull all these threads together. What happens when you take these incredibly powerful, separate technologies, the networks, the AI, the robotics, the new energy, the biotech, and they all start to slam into each other?
You get this amazing phenomenon called technological convergence. It's the idea that when different innovations merge, they don't just add up, they multiply. They create something way bigger than the sum of their parts. And there is no better, more exciting example of this happening right now than in the new space economy.
Just think about what it takes to get to space these days. Reusable rockets, they're built with advanced materials and flown by AI computers. Those huge satellite internet constellations, that's all about tiny electronics and complex network management. Missions to the moon, you're going to need on-site robotics and new energy sources. It's that exact convergence that's pushing the commercial space industry toward becoming a trillion-dollar market.
So all of this leaves us with one final crucial question. This wave of change isn't some far-off prediction anymore, it's here. The convergence is happening now. So the question isn't really if our world is going to be transformed. The real question is, are we, as people, as a society, ready for how profound that transformation is going to be?